what we're going to do with a company called Herbalife. We're going to take this company customer by customer, and we're going to take this company distributor by distributor, and we're going to take Herbalife around the entire world.
You're what's making Herbalife. You're what the pulse is of the company every single day. I had this incredible dream when I wanted to start the Herbalife company that we could help people. They would have not just hope, that they would have reality. I didn't have it very easy in life when I started out. I grew up in a very rough neighborhood of Los Angeles. I got to the 9th grade and I had to drop out of school. I needed to start working to make a living. My very first job was working at a clothing store. It was the best job I could possibly get at the time. All I wanted to do was be in the weight loss business. So what I decided after that, I was going to start a business on my own, and that we were going to have incredible products, and we were going to have an incredible marketing plan, and that is exactly what took place. When I think back to those, to that little dream at that particular time, it is completely amazing at where we are here today. Number one, you use our products. Number two, you wear the button. And number three, you talk to people. You know, it's important for people to know, you know, what tragedies people can go through and how they can overcome them. And I think that, you know, if we can do it, I think everybody can do it. And I think that needs to come across very, very clearly.
I think back over the years, and I got to tell you something. If I did it all over again, I wouldn't change a thing. You guys are the best.
创办的训练就如各位所知道的，从2020年初开始，因为新冠疫情的影响，所以其实很多人的生活习惯跟工作方式就遭受到波及。那么在亚太区呢，由我们优秀的领导者们共同规划了 接下来一连串非常精彩的训练课程。我们贺宝福，我们的创办人是马克修斯，所以呢，第一堂课当然是由我们的马克讲起。在进入我们今天课程主题之前，我先跟各位自我介绍，我是王威，我过去是外商公司的工程师。那其实我的工作内容呢，多半都是跟机器沟通，我没有很多与人接触的经验。那但是像大部分的上班族女生一样，我很想要减重，所以在当时我试过非常多的减重方式。我从51公斤，其实我只想要减掉1公斤，可是我一路减重复胖，减重复胖，很多不同的减重方式让我从51减到了60公斤。终于在这时候遇到了贺宝福，遇到我事业上的天使默默教练，他帮助我在3个月减了9公斤。那么他也帮助我在这个事业上的起步，他教会我在这个事业上所有的基本功与态度。同时，旁边这一对夫妻呢，他是黑龙丸子总裁。贺宝福是一个人与人关系的事业，我很感谢黑龙丸子总裁在这一路上教会我很多的包容与爱，跟家人之间的关系，跟伙伴之间的关系，跟引荐人的关系，跟客户的关系，跟学员的关系。所以在这个事业上来说，对我来说非常非常的重要。那接下来呢，其实可以看到的是，在这一路上，透过这样子的营养补充，我有不同阶段的呈现，从结婚到怀孕到生小孩。那下一张照片呢，这边看到的是，这是我使用前我的不同的效果。那记住这个画面哦，等一下会有我现在的照片。那么我全家人都是产品的爱用者。照片上出现的这一位是我90岁的奶奶，她跟着我使用这份营养，其实已经超过12年了。那她也是我在接触这份营养第一个让我强迫跟着我使用的，因为她是抚养我长大的奶奶，我非常希望她身体健康。这12年当中，她的身体有非常好的感觉，以及非常好的精神体力。中间这一张照片，她手上拿了一个杂志。我非常感谢公司的推荐，让我可以在《今周刊》上面有一个专访报道。其实我的奶奶她并不认识字，这些报章杂志对她来说没有太大的意义。可是因为贺宝福这个平台，让我有机会可以成为这专访当中的人物，我觉得非常的感动。照片上面这个小孩是我的儿子，我只有一个小孩啊。他从还在我的肚子里面，他就接受这样子全方位的营养。那大家可以看到，在我家我的产品柜上面，这些都是开过的产品，现在正在用的。每一种产品都是我热爱的。对于我的营养观念跟保健观念来说，我觉得如果我的家人跟孩子，他可以去超市或者是商店买任何的食物吃，那么贺宝福的营养补充就是我们家第1名的首选。再来看到，这是我的使用后，我非常感谢团队一直在举办不同的线上以及线下的活动，让我们每一个教练与学员都可以朝向更好的身材迈进。接下来即将进入我们今天的课程主题，我们亚太区的委员帮我们邀请了我们的阿玛塔主席来替我们诠释。阿玛塔主席呢，在接触贺宝福的时候，他是透过报章杂志的广告。那这么多年当中，他其实跟马克修斯一直都有非常友好以及亲密的关系。所以接下来，其实由阿玛塔来告诉我们，如果马克他身在现在这个状态当中，他会怎么样继续带领着我们的直销商持续前进？让我们欢迎阿玛塔。
This is Amertat cohn, your Chairman's Club member. And you can see I'm here in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. Have you ever wondered, when you're having a problem, when you're faced with perhaps, how do I deal with my distributors? How do I get new customers? How do I deal with this new situation, this new normal we're having today? Or you're confused. Have you ever wondered, what would Mark Hughes do? Me too. Marky. Huh. We used to call him Marky, right? Marky, can we find him on Zoom somewhere? We have all of his teaching and all of his great wisdom embodied in all of us. So it's a wonderful, wonderful chance for us today to share some of the wisdom of Mark Hughes. Mark Hughes would always say, and this is one of the answers to this pretty much any difficult time that we find ourselves in. The bigger the problem, the bigger the check. Those people that can stay and solve and work when times are difficult are the ones who become the great leaders of Herbalife, the great leaders in life for anything that you're doing. Mark Hughes gave us his vision and his mission. We're all here today following his vision and his mission. And so let's talk a little bit today about, first I'm going to tell you a little bit about where I came from, right? I'm American. I grew up in the USA and I started my business in New York City. I didn't know really what I was doing. And this day we didn't have cell phones. We didn't have internet even. We had basically telephones and I think maybe we're just starting to get computers. It was 1988. But mostly what I did was I walked and talked to people. And after 2 years, I made it to Millionaire Team. I moved to France. And you can see this little village of France I lived in. I moved, you can go back to the slide. I moved from New York City with about 20 million people to this little town in France that had 500 people. And I built my 3 first diamonds from this little town. So it doesn't matter where you live. It doesn't matter where you're from, because we have business everywhere. And this is even more true today when we have the ability to use the social media and the internet and all the great technology that we have. And so I moved from this little town in France. Eventually my business spread all over the world. My first 2 president team members were actually almost my first 2 distributors. Next slide, please. And this was Bernard, who's standing next to Mark Hughes, and Renee, who's the one on the right. You can see we're all wearing the button. That was our main way of publicity. We weren't allowed to use any sort of advertising when I started working in France. We were not allowed, of course, we didn't have internet. We couldn't use newspapers. We couldn't use flyers. This was about it. Talking and the badge. And you can see Mark Hughes was right there. And these two people I didn't know before I came to France. I met them. One gentleman, Mr. Romanger, next to Mark, he was a man who rented me a car, and Renee was my banker. Next slide. Today I'm living here. Yes, Mark Hughes was always there as a great inspiration, and I fortunately I had a chance to meet him sometimes. And by the way, you can come back to my face sometimes instead of holding always on the slides, okay? So it was a wonderful moment when I met Mark Hughes. This was in Germany, right? I had a chance of a lifetime to spend some very intimate moments with Mark. And I said, we called him Marky. That was what, he was that real and that intimate with everyone. And then from after France, I moved basically here to Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. Next slide. And you can see this is my house here looking out over the city. I have a very comfortable life. It's unbelievable, by the way, when you make it up to Millionaire Team and President Team and Chairman, of course, and founders, the sort of lifestyle that this can give you. You know, you have a chance to take the mission of Mark Hughes much further as you have a chance to talk to and help more people. I remember really when I first met Mark Hughes, it was at my first supervisor school. And I was so fortunate. Can you imagine having your first supervisor school with Mark Hughes? Wow. I didn't even know really who he was at the time. And I got into Herbalife through the money, honestly speaking. I didn't start as a customer, really. I wanted to lose some weight, but my focus was I was desperate. I had film career before. It was gone, it was lost. I had huge debts, a family of 4 kids. So I got into Herbalife because I really needed to make money, and I wanted to make it a career where I could make a lot of money. And when I came to that first supervisor school with Mark Hughes, he got me. He got me with the mission of Herbalife, to take good nutrition around the world and help people have a better life. And I said, this is something that I'm going to do for the rest of my life. Thank you, Mark. So next slide. Mark Hughes, again, some of his great, fantastic wisdom. Next slide. Is that this was Mark Hughes' mission. We're going to change the nutritional habits of the world, and we'll help people have a better life helping others. He was already focused on creating a community of people to change the world by changing nutrition and by giving people a financial opportunity. Mark himself was a very poor boy. He grew up, you could say, on what we call in America, on the other side of the tracks. His father, he never met until he was almost 40 years old. His father had left him. He grew up with his mom in a very difficult neighborhood, and he made an inward vow to himself that he was going to change the nutritional habits of the world and help other people at the same time have a great life, a great financial future. Next slide. So here we are today in a world that's been totally turned apart. And this is a tremendous opportunity for us. You can go to me, please. This was a chance. If there was ever a moment for you to increase your efforts, to work harder, to speak to more people, to get to more customers. Yes, get to more distributors. Yes, build your business. Yes, build your fortune, build your future. If there was ever a time to do it, it would be now. Now. If you ask them, are they more conscious about their nutrition? Are they more aware that there are things called antioxidants that can, with herbs and plants that can help their body strengthen the immune system? Are they aware that, are they actually taking now supplements to do things like this? Well, we have what they need. We have the Herbalife products, the great nutrition to give our body the best protection and the best chance we ever have to move ahead. Everybody today is concerned about money and about their health. And what have we got to offer with Herbalife? We have the best products for nutrition to take care of people's bodies. And we have the most incredible business opportunity that anyone ever dreamed up, thanks to Mark Hughes and his brilliant way of creating our marketing plan. So this is the time to go out and talk to many more people than you ever had before. This is the time to, and we'll talk about this in a minute, to work with the people you know. And if you're a distributor, over several years, you've had customers and distributors who dropped out or are not active anymore. They should all be called and told about what this great opportunity is today. And of course, all your family, all your friends, everybody in your phone, your total list, everything, you need to be, this is your chance. If there was ever a time, it would be now. And if there was ever a time to learn how to use social media, to learn how to use the technologies of the day to reach many more people that you don't know, you have the time, you're at home, and many places now we're starting to get out of the home, but you still have many, many hours. Use it to learn. Next slide. Mark Hughes would always talk about 3 principles. And these principles, he would say today, they're exactly the same. You just adapt them slightly to the climate of today. Use the products never changes. In fact, use the product as the foundation of your business. not just because it's going to give you those great benefits for your strength, for your vitality, for the proper nutrition to take care of your body, to protect it for the future, but it's also going to, as a business tool, and you can write this down, the products that you use every day are the products that you'll sell to people. So if you're feeling your customers are not using enough of the Herbalife products, look at what products that you're using, because it's very difficult to sell a product you don't use. Secondly, post on the social media platforms, you know, Facebook, Instagram. You guys are probably, some of you, much more advanced than I was. But I'll tell you, I'm learning very fast, because every day I go on to YouTube and I study another video about how I can get more followers, how I can engage better with the people that like my post, what sort of post to like, what sort of lighting to use, what sort of microphone to use. All these tips that some of the top people in Herbalife, when you hear these stories, especially from other countries of people hitting 50 and K and 70K and 100K, they're experts at knowing how to use the different forms of social media. And now is our opportunity to spread our business much further, because you can become proficient at how to use all the different tools. And yes, you have to learn it, and you have to teach your people. In some of your countries, I know many of the people don't even know how to use their phones. They don't know how to download Zoom on their phones. So part of your training over the next month needs to be to slow down, show them as you know, there's this book called How to Do This and That for Dummies. Well, I'm not going to say your people are dummies, but they need to learn the very simple basic tools in some countries about how to use the phone so they can be on Zoom or some other platform where we can do meetings virtually, because this is our future. Even when we're back to the new normal, and even when we're back to the normal, we're going to be using this technology forever, because it gets us a chance to reach more people more quickly and more intimately. So post. So we're going to use the product, you're going to post, and then connect. And connect is the most important. You can do all the posting you want, you can have all the followers you want, but the key, and you can listen on YouTube to many videos about this, is how you connect with the people that contact you on social media. That's where you make the real person to be your customer or your new distributor. You connect with them, you have maybe dialogue with them long before you pitch them about Herbalife. Your post shouldn't be all about Herbalife and shakes and here I am with my team. And no, they should be about your life. They should be about things that give value to people, that they find interesting, so they want to text you back. Hey, what was that? I need to tell me more. If you're just focused totally on our products or our business, they're going to be bored. You're preaching to the choir. Mark Hughes would tell us, go talk to more people that you don't know. And connect means one more thing. You can come back to me. Connect means, in the old days, it was used where talk, right? Where the button, oops, this button. Forget on video where it's on the opposite side. I always wear this button, even today. I get people that ask me almost every day, what is that and how? Okay, but today's button, as I said to you, can be like a posting, communication. But the connecting that we always did, and it's more important today than ever, is talk. Remember, use, where, talk. You know, I've always said, if you don't talk at all, you're not going to get any business. Well, you know, you might get some with texting. Okay, I have to modify it a little bit, but you're not going to get the sort of business you need. If you talk to a few people, your lips move a little bit, you'll get a little bit of money. If you talk all the time and post all the time, day and night, respond to people, and then pick up the phone or the Zoom and use your words. Talk to them, because it's use, where, talk that's important. And Mark Hughes would say that any problem you have, how do I get more customers? How do I get more distributors? How do I motivate my members? How I'm confused. What do I need to do? He'd say everything comes back to 10-10. 10 people a day for the products, 10 people a day for the business. This is the core teaching and method that we've always used with Mark Hughes. So, and that means consistently 10. It doesn't mean 10-10 today and 2-3 tomorrow. It means 10-10 every day that you're working. And if you're part-time, okay, granted, then you maybe have to adjust that to 5-5. That's the secret. But there's a difference today with the new world and social media. The 10-10 is, I've modified it a lot, and I'm sure Mark would modify it. It's not just 10 customers and prospects for the business and prospect customers. It's because there's no distinction today between customers and our prospects. Everybody that I bring in is my customer, and everybody that I bring in is going to be enrolled in the mission of Mark Hughes. Whether or not they ever decide to do Herbalife to make money or not, they're going to be asked to enroll people in the mission of Mark Hughes, to bring more people, to invite people, even if they're a customer. As you're doing this, if you have a nutrition club, you ask your nutrition club people, your customers, bring more people. Please come in with more people. You ask them to enroll in the mission of Mark Hughes. And what I'm suggesting today is your 10-10 is going to be 10 people that you know already and 10 people that you don't know already. That's the best way that you can grow your business. And the 10 people you don't know already, you can get through becoming more proficient or an expert in Facebook and Instagram and different ways of reaching out to people and following up with them. So you have a constant list of people coming into you. And the 10 people you know are the people you already have on your list, which you should be calling every day now. Stop. Wherever you are, pick up your phone. Use your lips and talk to those 10 people every day, and another 10 and another 10 that you know, because they're waiting for your call. They need you to call them. Just call them and say, how are you? I'm worried about you. What's going on? What's happening with your health? Are you concerned? Well, you know, are you taking any supplements? Are you doing anything for your health? And how are you financially? Are you worried about your job? Call up everyone, and all your other distributors. They're waiting for you to call too. So 10 people you know, 10 people you don't know. Next slide. And consistency is the key. Consistency means, you know, it's not 10 people one day and 2 people the next day. Well, you could do that, but then you've got to do 17 the next day. So you end up the week with those 50 or those 60 people you've talked to. Consistency. If you're going to learn. If you look at YouTube videos, you're going to learn. If you're using social media, you need to be consistent. You need to be posting, you know, how many times a week? At least 3 times a week, 5 times a week. Eventually, if you're really full-time and focused, every day you need to post. But the posting isn't as important as the connection you make with the people afterwards. So next thing you want to do is prospect. Everything now is online. So it's going to change. We're going to be back to our clubs, and they're going to be fantastic. People are going to flood your clubs when they get a chance to do it. But we're always going to have social media with us from now on. We found we can reach more people more quickly, more effectively with Zoom calls. Look, I couldn't come there and do this training without the Zoom we have today. And all your countries have so many trainings and meetings. And most all of you have adapted already. You're doing virtual workouts. You're doing all sorts of group meetings, cooking classes, everything virtually. But what you must now focus on, if you want to build your business, is to prospect using your phone and your social media to what I call create a funnel. You want to, if you have many people coming in, you text them, you try to find out which ones are the most serious, and then you've got to get them on some sort of a live meeting or an HOM or a presentation for the products, but then you pick up your phone or your Zoom or your WhatsApp and you call them. And even for customers, some of you are so so used to using that Tanita scale, doing a wellness evaluation before you think you can sell the products. I never had any Tanita scale when I got started. I had a script that was given to us that we would use, and you'll sell the customers with just your conviction in the products and their need. If it's the right time for them, they buy the products. You know, we start with a button response, you know, how much weight do you want to use? And you don't even have to have a button for this. How much weight do you want to lose? What did you do before to lose weight? And how did it work? Are you serious? And then we go into 5 or 6 points about the products, very, very quick products. We got a great product that'll give your body all the nutrition you need. It gives you tremendous energy. It'll help you control your appetite by giving you the right amount of protein in your body. It will help you to reduce your body fat if you take the product correctly with a little bit of exercise. And most importantly is it tastes great and it's not expensive at all. It's about the same price as the food you're eating today. And then you tell stories. You've got to be, now we use social media to show stories, but when you have someone live, face-to-face, you tell stories. You tell my story. I lost 10 pounds. You want to tell other people's stories. And so then you want to be sure that you also can register people online directly. You take them to an HOM, you show them a virtual HOM, and you call them up afterwards and you get them started. And here's what's most important. Today, because of what we have with social media, we can work with our new members immediately. Now you can go to the next slide. This is using Zoom and using our phones and our WhatsApps. We have a better chance to do the 4 methods that Mark Hughes taught us about how to grow and teach and train our distributors. It's called Tell, Show, Try, Do. And so what you do, you can come back to me now. What you do is when you get somebody signed up, and this could be an old distributor who get us a list of 100 people and you start contacting them. No need for a list. Hey, you just signed up, Jack? Great. Get me your phone. We're going to work together for 1 hour today. We just signed up 10 minutes ago. Maybe he hasn't even tried the products yet. No problem. We're going to get started right now. Okay. I want to put money in your pocket in the first 48 hours. I need an hour of your time today, an hour of your time tomorrow. We're going to call up 2 people on your list right now. Who you got? And then I give him a script that shows him how to introduce me. He doesn't have to explain the products. He doesn't have to explain the business to his new person. He just introduces me. I get on the phone, talk to his new prospect. We make a sale or we don't make a sale, but he watches, he learns. I told him, I'm showing him. And we go through this for 1 day, and the next day, when we call up the next people on his phone, he's going to try it. I'm going to give him another script about what to say to get a prospect to the HOM, to invite them. I'm going to give him another script, and scripts are very important. Be sure you have them. I'm going to give him another script, or her, so that she can get her friend to buy the product, like the presentation I just gave to you, which was a script. And then that's trying. Tell, show, try. Then I'm going to do it again. I'm going to tell and show them again with some more people, and then they're going to do it again and again and again. And after 2 days, most likely you'll have a person signed up or a new customer for them. If you can put money in the pocket of your new distributors within the first 48 hours, you've got them for life. So next slide, please. And you do your best. You know, you may not be able to every day get 10-10, but you need to set that as a goal, and you need to take numbers down. You need to write down statistics. We call them gauges. However many people you have that you actually talk to, for the people you know, the people you don't know, write it down. You know, if you ever watched a basketball game, I'm a big basketball fan, the coach is always taking statistics. He knows exactly how many shots each player took, how many rebounds they got, and so forth, so that he can make them better tomorrow. You need to know how many people you talked to, what your results, where did you get stopped, where did you have success, so you can be better tomorrow. Just do the best you can. Tomorrow morning when you get up out of bed, do a little bit better, and the next day a little bit better. I know that all of you on this phone, you have so much potential. And right now, we can grow our business. In some countries already, we're hitting record months because people are back to work. Back to me, please. Using social media. We're on the phones all the time with our people. We're on our social media, we're texting, we're getting to more people than we ever could have reached by even having a great nutrition club and having them come in, because we're reaching people internationally in other cities of our country. The telephone, the Zoom has no need for distance. You can pick up people across the world and put them on your local Zoom training call tomorrow. So it's a chance also for you to expand your business further. And maybe you don't know much about how to use Zoom or social media. Maybe you're too shy to talk to people. So ask your upline or your upline or somebody, a friend, to get on the phone with you while you do a three-way call and show you once. Learn. This is what Mark Hughes would want us to do. Learn new skills. It's a chance for us to spread the mission of Mark Hughes. Enroll more people in the mission of Mark Hughes, which is to spread better nutrition around the world and to give everyone a chance to have a living, a financial future that they deserve and that you deserve. But it won't come easily. It won't come if you don't do the numbers and the 10-10. Next slide. And I know that it's difficult, you know, but now is time for us to go to the gym every day and build new muscles. And I'm not just talking about the physical gym. I'm talking about the gymnasium, the practicing, which we do every day when we're trying to learn how to use the new technologies to reach more people. But be strong. As you get better, you'll earn more money and you'll get better and better. It'll become easier and easier the more you do. Next slide. So if I had to give you, you know, my take on the future, which I will, the future has never been brighter. Herbalife, we're in the right industry. Everybody now is going to become more conscious, or not everybody, but many people will become more conscious of taking care of their health. And we have a big problem, but it's a huge opportunity. If you look at one of the recent chairman club members, Jonathan Rodriguez, he got his last 3 diamonds to be chairman in Puerto Rico just after the hurricane, when they lost everything. They lost electricity because he saw that a problem provided a new opportunity, and his nutrition clubs could provide a community for people that they were needing. And right now, And right now, all your friends need you to give them positive energy, positive support. Whether they buy the product, whether they become a distributor or not, it doesn't matter. We want to enroll them in a positive future, because sooner or later, everyone you know, you can come back to me, will take the Herbalife products. One time or another, that we are on the right track. We have the right products, we have the right attitude, we have the mission and the vision of Mark Hughes motivating us. Next slide. Mark Hughes always said, I'm here to change people's lives. Our mission is nutrition. And the success that you have personally is only limited by your imagination and, yes, most importantly, your hard work. Come back to me. So I've enjoyed, really had a great time sharing a few things with you. I'm practicing what I preached. I'm out there on at least 3 or 4 Zoom calls every day. I'm working with old people. I'm bringing in new people. If there's ever been a time to build your future, to create whatever goals that you want to create, you're going to build that over the next 30 days, over the next 60 days. The time would be now. Take care, everybody. Be safe. Share the message. See you soon.
我们谢谢阿玛塔主席为我们带来这么精彩的训练内容。那么，其实透过阿玛塔主席告诉我们呢，不管我们在任何状态当中，都要记得马克修斯教我们的，每天与10个不认识的人分享这份健康与营养，还有事业机会。每天与10个认识的人，可能是我们的客户，可能是我们的伙伴，关心他们使用产品的效果，以及关心他们在事业上需要的帮助，甚至是关心我们的朋友，他们在这个疫情之下，他们的生活过得怎么样？那这个是我的营养俱乐部。其实，在疫情之前呢，我们一直都有营养俱乐部，那也有很多实体的活动，跟大家一样。那在我们的营养俱乐部里面呢，我们有相当每天进行相当多的活动，有读书会，有料理教室，有运动，也有你想得到的手作，这些都是在我们俱乐部实体当中会进行的。那因为年初的这样的状况开始之后呢，其实我们的营养俱乐部还是每天在提供这一份营养给社区的居民们，因为疫情之下，我们更需要这样子的营养。那疫情之后呢，我们把很多东西换成了线上，比较多人数聚集的，我们换成了线上。那我相信各团队、各经营者，你们也是这样做的。我来讲讲我们是怎么做的。比如说是运动，我们可能会变成线上的运动。有我们的教练每个礼拜定时带着我们的客户伙伴一起运动，比如说是线上的组织训练，也就是像现在荧幕前面的各位正在接受的。好，可大可小，可以小人的组训，也可以很多人数的组织训练。那么更精彩的是，我们一直在办的线上的减重挑战赛，分不同层级的，有初阶的，有进阶的，那有小团体的，有大团体的。但不管怎么样，我们透过社群媒体这样子的平台，可能是 Line， 可能是 FB， 我们把大家不分地区性的结合在一起，甚至是可以不分时区性的。像我自己的客户里面有很多，他比如说是在欧洲或是在美国。那我觉得社群媒体有一个很大的帮助，就是它其实没有地区跟时间上的限制。可能我在工作的时候，我留下的讯息跟训练内容给他。等到我入睡的时候，他起床了，他可以接着看。我们可以透过录制自己的影片去做沟通，这些都是没有问题的。那更不用说是在台湾的我们，我觉得这个其实对我们来说是相当方便的。那甚至是你想到很多原本在营养俱乐部里面可以办的活动，其实我们现在都可以移到线上来办，包含料理教室，在镜头前面教大家怎么样把营养产品入到菜里头，甚至是点心里面，甚至是做出各种不一样、很好喝、很特别的奶昔。自己在家里面就可以搭配这些产品使用，其实也可以让我们的伙伴们、让我们的客户们接触到更广的产品。然后同时呢，还有更多产品使用上的诀窍。像这个是，比如说我之前出国旅游的时候，我就有拍一支小小的短片，然后做一个直播。那因为我那时候人不在台湾，那这个影片它是可以流传的。其实，在社群媒体上有一个好处，就是当你录制下来之后，这个是你可以重复使用的。那我就是在国外的时候，虽然不同时区，但是我录了这个短片，我就可以告诉我的客户朋友们，告诉他们怎么样来用我们的 Skin。来帮助自己美白，尤其是现在又是夏天，炎炎夏日，补水跟美白都是非常重要的。而且我们公司也办了非常多的营养讲座，线上的。那这些营养讲座透过很多营养师的介绍跟诠释，我觉得内容相当的精彩。 那即便是我不同时区，或者是说这个营养讲座它正在进行当中，可是有一些学员他可能正在上班，他没有办法收看，但是我们都可以透过这样子的笔记，甚至是投影片的分享，去告诉他我们做线上的连结，告诉他说哦，其实这个产品你怎么用效果会更好。那这些学员在透过营养讲座做一个入口，然后再绑我们的活动，什么活动？软性活动可能是料理教室，可能是线上的运动，那可能是教练跟学员之间关系的连结。然后再大一点的话，可能是我们线上的训练课程。线上的训练课程有包含健康讲座，那也有包含刚刚说的组织训练。那这种主题就可以各自会有不同了。其实透过这样子环环相扣啊，因为我一直都是做网络经营的，所以其实我的客户跟学员他们比较像是在台湾各地。那我们以前我们就会在线上办活动，然后线下聚集人们，可能会是一家一菜，可能会是聚餐吃饭，可能是实体会议的会后会。那么现在呢，全部改成线上也没有问题，因为更省时省力，舟车劳顿这些，其实我觉得相对来说对我们更有时效性。透过这样子的方式，我们在线上也更多人参加很多的活动，每天不同主题，那甚至是光是我们线上的减重挑战赛就破100人参加。那线上减重挑战赛可以怎么进行？以前要到营养俱乐部里面踩体重机，量数字，其实在家录影片也可以啊。其实很多好玩的细节，我们可以透过一些创意或者是一些小小的想法，来给我们的学员，让他们觉得哦，即便疫情被关在家里面，但是一点都不无聊。贺宝芙这边不管是教练或者是其他的朋友们，都可以一起在这个环境当中被结合，被紧密结合着。那这就是对我们的客户们有最好的保留。其实回归到我们今天的课程主题，如果我们的创办人马克修斯，他在现在，他也是更扎实的去落实每天与人分享这一份营养跟事业机会。所以你今天与多少人分享了呢？让我们成为更有行动力的小马克，去落实这上面的每一个步骤。更重要的是，如果我们是用社群媒体经营的，别忘记自己的工作量，别忘记自己的数字。刚刚Amertat有告诉我们，如果是用社群媒体做经营的，我们更需要注意自己的纪律。我们是不是有持续的发文？我们是不是有不断的曝光，让人们透过各种平台都可以看得到我们，增加对我们的熟悉度，增加对我们的粘着度，然后再由我们介绍到贺宝芙这家公司。所以这是非常重要的每日工作量。那今天的课程就到这里，非常感谢Amertat带来的这么扎实精彩的训练。那么等一下课程结束呢，我们会有一个抽奖，会有线上填问卷，然后公司会送出非常精美的小礼物，别忘了一定要填我们的问卷。下一次9月7号礼拜一下午3点，亚太区的委员替我们邀请了 Queenie 主席，帮我们诠释关于这个事业上我们会经历到的4季春夏秋冬的启发与智慧。那下一次同样是我来替大家服务，我们下个月见，拜拜。